Start reading your food labels. You'd be surprised how many products contain aspartame, stevia, equal, sweeten low, Splenda, and other artificial sweeteners. Are they safe as an alternative to sugar? Well, today I'll discuss the top 3 medical concerns regarding artificial sweeteners coming up. If it's your first time here, I'm Dr. Majd. Consider subscribing to this channel for up-to-date medical topics, news, and headlines. Now, artificial sweeteners, they're found in diet sodas, flavored water, some processed grains, and yogurt even, as an alternative to sugar for patients who are trying to cut down on their sugar intake. But did you know that they're also added to some toothpaste and vitamins? Yep. Let's take a quick tour of the evidence we currently have on these artificial sweeteners today. I'll place a link to all the studies that I'm mentioning in today's video down below in the description. Do artificial sweeteners even help with weight loss? I mean, sales of these products are soaring because we're trying to avoid sugar, which is the main culprit of the obesity and the diabetes epidemics. However, there's concern over their psychological impact because, after all, they stimulate the same receptors that sugar does. However, they do so without causing that sensation of fullness that actual sugar brings you. A large meta-analysis study in 2017 concluded that routine intake of these sweeteners may be associated with an increased body mass index, not decreased, along with hypertension, diabetes, metabolic syndrome, and even heart attack and stroke. So until further research confirms these findings, the conclusion right now is that they don't help with weight loss and may in fact cause weight gain, if anything. Do artificial sweeteners cause cancer? Well, studies done on rats given aspartame show increased risk of lymphomas, leukemias, and some bladder cancers in what we call a dose-dependent manner, which means the more aspartame you're giving them, the more and higher the risk of developing those cancers. However, the very few human studies that we do have not been able to replicate these findings. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they don't cause cancer either, so be careful. We just don't have enough studies to determine that at this point. Do artificial sweeteners cause heart disease? Well, a large, very recent 2019 study of over 100,000 people showed that those who consumed these sweeteners had a higher risk of death from heart attack and strokes. And another study called the Nurses' Health Study showed that consuming more than 2 diet sodas a day increased the risk of heart disease and chronic kidney disease when compared to those people who consume less than 1 diet soda a month. However, there have been other studies that have not been able to confirm these findings yet. In summary, many of these studies are observational and not necessarily the most ideal type of studies. Here, in an observational study, they simply follow people through time and see what happens to them, but it doesn't necessarily tell us that sweeteners actually cause these problems themselves directly. Note that most people who use these artificial sweeteners are actually overweight or obese. This excess weight already may predispose them to these problems like heart disease, diabetes, and cancer, and it may not be the sweeteners themselves. We don't really know. Like many aspects of health and medicine, as you know, there's so much that we still don't know and need further investigation of. That means that we need more and we need better studies to help confirm and corroborate these findings before we can say for sure what they do. But either way, it's not looking so good. I mean, why risk it? Until we know for certain, it may be best to just stop the consumption of these products completely. Just my 2 cents. So if you found the information valuable, which is always my goal, please subscribe, ring that bell, like, and consider sharing with someone else who may find this video useful. Well, thanks again for watching another one of my videos. Stay healthy and I'll catch you next week.